But last month, a new service was launched in Cardiff to help veterans suffering with mental trauma. It's funded by the Ministry of Defence and the Welsh Assembly Government, and Samantha is one of its first patients. Today, she's seeing consultant psychiatrist Dr. Jonathan Bisson, who also helped me after I was injured in Iraq.
I get very frightened when I see, things that remind me of Iraq, things like bangs that go off.
Yes.
Different cultures of people.
Yes.
There's quite a variety of things that actually sets my nightmares off or sets myself. I isolate myself.
You describe very typical symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder. So people often get what we call re-experiencing symptoms, such as the nightmares that you describe, where you're almost reliving what you actually went through at the time, perhaps avoiding reminders of it that bring back thoughts and trigger nightmares. I mean, as you say, it's 2 years on now, then it often needs some treatment to help it to reduce further.
Was it hard coming here today?
It was, because I don't really know what to expect, and all people are different, and in the army, we're always being told, you're meant to be this kind of strong soldier, and I just feel sometimes that I'm not as strong as what I thought because of this.
But now you're starting on the road
to recovery, hopefully.
The military's fighting on two fronts now in Iraq and Afghanistan. What are your predictions or expectations in terms of mental health problems for veterans for the years ahead?
I certainly think, and we are seeing some individuals coming through now who are veterans following their involvement in the more recent conflicts, and my guesstimate would be that in the future we will see more individuals coming through.
Today, Samantha has received a Veterans Medal to recognise her military service. She's also received compensation from the Army for her leg injury and her PTSD.
I'm happy with the money I've got for my leg injury, but for my post-traumatic stress disorder, I've only got £1,500, which really, that doesn't even cover my cost in petrol for my appointments.
Samantha's career as a soldier is now over. On February the 8th this year, 2 years to the day since she went to Iraq, she was medically discharged from the army.
It is hard, but I'm trying to build up my civilian life by going to college and doing things like that. But, I am still hurt over being discharged, because I do think they should have discharged me when I'm a lot better, rather than, so soon then.
I'm just going to give you a quick tour of our living accommodation, or to put it bluntly, our tent. That's Arky's bed. This is mine.
Serving in Iraq now seems a distant memory to Peter Heyer. He spent 5 months at Headley Court, the rehabilitation centre where he met Samantha. Now back home in Tredegar, he's waiting to be medically discharged later this year.
I expected 22 years of armed forces, so I'm sort of lost in that way. I don't know. It's like I tried quite a few jobs before I joined the army, and I didn't enjoy one of them. And then I enjoyed the army, and now I can't do that anymore. And it's just sort of, what do I do?
For now, Peter is taking things one step at a time. He's received compensation for his head injuries and loss of sight and hearing, and he's moved into a new house. He's also trying to get fit again.
I do aqua aerobics on a Tuesday, and that's good, because it works your whole body, so to speak. Definitely slowly, very slowly improving.
When someone suffers a traumatic injury, families are affected too. I know from my own experience that loved ones often have the toughest time of all. The injured person at least has a single focus, getting well again. Family members, though, are often left to stand by helplessly through the long weeks, months, or even years of rehabilitation.
Me and Mum, we both lost weight. I lost nearly 3 stone. I think Mum lost about the same. And Mum was off work for, well, over a year. So, every aspect of her life was affected. You know, we're still not back to normal now, you know, some things Pete's still very dependent on. Some day-to-day things, you know, he's on the phone, how do I do this, or what do I need to do for that? You know, it's still, we're still on that road to normality. We're not there yet.
For Peter, regaining his place in the community has been an important part of his recovery. He's become a regular at his local social club. You know, you went halfway around the world to fight in Iraq. Do you think people here got any sort of views on whether what you went through was worth it? You know,
I'm not sure. I dare say no one will ever think it was worth it. But I don't really talk about it with the people around here. I mean, they'll say, "Oh, you was that boy involved in that accident, were you?" And I'll just say, "Yeah, I was," and then we'll talk about something else.
no. There must have been days there when you were in Iraq and you thought, here I am in the middle of the desert, it's 40 degrees, I'm carrying a machine gun.
Yeah,
and I've come a long way.
It was times like that, yeah, and that was a bit, I suppose, mind-blowing in a way.